you've had sex and then gone to sleep, and one or the other
wakes
was like,
up and it's like, we ain't done yet, baby. Like,
yeah, I mean, everybody.
I mean,
that seems like a pretty normal thing,
right? I mean, if you're that comfortable with another person's body,
but the girls that were replying on that group, I am 100% sure, are these girls that these are the girls that cry sexual assault if you look at their ass.
it just bothered me.
I'm 100% sure that those are the types of people you're talking about.
It bothered me bad because, like, they were all calling him a rapist, and I'm like, that's a big word.
That's not how that works.
That's not a word we just throw around.
If she put his name in there and they're saying he's a rapist, then they're on the hook for slander.
I think that's against group rules.
Yeah, you have to, like, make where it's not identifying and things like that. Like, if it's, like, let's say your thing is about, like, screenshots, you have to take the names out.
Right.
But, yeah, like, I was like, whoa, we don't just throw the rapist word around.
Those are the same girls. They throw rapist around. They throw racist around. Those are the girls that do shit like that.
It just bothered me. And I mean, like, I was like, why? You know, because I think one of the reasons it bothered me, as somebody who's been raped, and I know a lot of people, I mean, like Amber and I, when we were first talking, before she knew the thing, she was like, well, I think probably every woman's been sexually assaulted. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we were talking about that before, you start getting weird, like as a preteen, sometimes in elementary school, girls start getting, like, you're like, old men and weird, mm-hmm. You're like, I don't think anybody makes it through puberty without saying that they've been harassed, assaulted, or something. But so it bothered me as someone who's been sexually assaulted, because I'm thinking there's so many women that don't speak up. I was one that never spoke up. Mm-hmm. And when we blur these lines like that, it just makes it so much harder for people.
And what's worse, they're in a relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not like exclusively dating, but they said they were friends with benefits.
They were friends with benefits.
And they had been...
Fuck buddies are a type of relationship.
That is, by definition, an ongoing sexual relationship.
Right. She said, we've been lovers.
Which means that if you don't say no, and you're into it,
how the hell is he supposed to know?
Then you got automatic consent.
I mean, like...
If you say, no, not tonight.
Okay, that's it.
And the guy keeps going and forces it, there's a problem.
Oh, yeah. He's...
But if that specifically is not the case, then it's pretty damn impossible to rape someone that when y'all are in that situation.
Well, when you're both like, again, if she woke up and she was like, baby, I'm not feeling it. Completely.
Yeah.
She would have been completely within her rights to do that. I'm not saying she had to.
And as long as he stopped right then everything would have been cool.
But like
But a rape accusation, that shit ruins lives.
Yeah, that's a big thing. That's a big, like,
Apparently it's not such a big thing anymore.
No, it is a big thing. People don't people
don't treat it as a big thing anymore.
Oh, the guys do. When they get accused of fucking rape.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they just throw it around
it's a word.
It's nothing.
It's a word that we've started to throw around like love.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
or racist.
I don't think that means what you think it means.
I got a really big problem with that specifically, because where I'm from, you call someone a racist, you are about to get in a fucking fight.
You better be able to back that shit up.
Because these motherfuckers that go around, oh, well, you're a racist. Why? Because I disagreed with a black guy?
Yeah, that's not how that works.
Yeah. I've been accused of a lot of shit. Racism has never been one of them. Well, not by anyone that knows me.
Right. I mean,
there's always these fucking asswads online who are keyboard tough guys.
Oh, yeah. I get called a racist 4 times a week.
Racist, Nazi.
Whatever. It's just... It bothered me that I read, I mean, there were like so many replies, and I kept looking for one voice of reason. There wasn't, and I was just like,
I mean, it bothers me, period, that she had to ask.
Yeah, like,
because I mean, I started getting sexually harassed and assaulted in elementary school.
And that's just so.
At 3rd grade, I think, is when it started.
You know, and yeah, I mean, and it's like nobody's saying it's not a problem, and nobody's saying that like, but I mean, to me, it takes when we throw it around like that, like when people just I love you. No, you don't. Love is something deeper than just it cheapens with the real thing, like a real rape.
Well, yeah. And I've said this plenty of other times. When you start using these words as commonplace, they lose their power.
Yeah.
You know, racism, very, very specific
Dirty
thing.
word.
Racism is not an act that you don't like or agree with. It has to meet a very specific set of criteria. Calling someone a Nazi, same fucking thing. Calling someone a rapist. That can get your ass sued if you're not fucking careful.
Well, and it can, and throwing those words around indiscriminately can destroy someone's life.
Well, and it's destroyed her relationship because she asked, and all these stupid bitches say, "Oh, he's a rapist," and now every time she fucking sees him, she's gonna think that he raped her, even though he didn't. If what she described,
unless she left out something big,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If what she described is the entirety of the facts as she knows them. She didn't get raped. And she shouldn't hold that against him. But now it's going to be fucking weird, and he's not going to know why.
No, and
because
like,
as far as he knows, hey, fucking knocked it off twice.
And I showed her a good time.
Yeah,
you know.
and she's over here thinking, oh my God, he did this horrible thing to me, which is not the fucking case.
I'd like to know at what point did it go from enjoying it to wonder if she got raped?
She said she woke up and she felt weird. But she was just
felt weird.
I'm gonna see if I saved it. She felt weird and consent. Yep. Okay. Here it is. She woke up. I woke up to my boyfriend penetrating me. Friends with benefit. He had to have been touching me for quite a while because it didn't hurt. I was.
Well, it could also be that they had just had sex a little bit ago.
I ended. She said I was uncomfortable, but I was too scared to say anything. I ended up going with the flow and tried to forget about it.
Okay, right there. That's bullshit. This is someone that she's been intimate with plenty of times. She shouldn't have been scared to say, hey, why don't you know, fucking quit it. And if you don't tell him no, he doesn't know
how's
that.
he supposed to know that?
She said I ended up bringing up the incident from that morning later on in the day. He said he was sorry, but I don't think he understood what he did wrong. After all, I wasn't dressed, I hadn't said no, and he was also half asleep too. In my mind, consent needs to be given explicitly. At the very least, I should have been awake before and when he started.
How many times a night does he need to ask?
Right, I mean, you're in bed.
So if me and random girl number one right there are getting ready to knock it down. Hey, you sure you want to do this? Oh yeah, give it to me. Cool.
In the middle of it, are you still sure?
Yeah.
No.
Do I need to take your temperature on this?
This is my position. After that first time, now we're operating under the assumption that we're both consenting adults, and if anything changes, you damn sure better let me know and not keep that bullshit to yourself because I'm not a fucking mind reader.
And like, where does that stop? So if he tries to kiss you, and he didn't say, "May I kiss you?"
Yeah,
I don't understand. At things like when people,
I don't think they understand.
Well, like
honestly.
I'll hear them say, "So and so was looking at me and checking me out," and I felt, how's a man's? And I'm not being facetious. How is a person supposed to indicate attraction? If I get that they're like. People can go way too far do.
Yeah.
But I mean, if like asking you out or, telling you you're beautiful, if that is problematic, then how do you indicate attraction?
Oh, fuck, that's hot. Son of a bitch, I should have known better than
And
that.
because apparently, Ross, everything about our relationship, we've just been victimizing each other for 30 years.
But if you do it to each other, that is like
Does it cancel out?
Like multiplying two negatives, That's got to be it. It's got to make a positive.
I mean, I don't know.
So the problem, and I'm going back to this because this is
fuck
really
that
Rusty.
stuff.
oh
He's like, fuck that shit.
This goes back to to the girls that are basically egging her on. These are the girls that they want to be a strong, independent woman, but they want to be fucking treated with kid gloves.
But they also want to be victims, too.
Yeah, it's like you can't have it both ways. Are you strong, independent? Because that means that you are strong and independent enough to say, hey, I don't want this. Or do you want to be treated with kid gloves and asked every 30 seconds, hey, is it still okay if we fuck?
I mean,
you got to pick a side. You can't have it both ways. And I'm going to tell you what, there is not a single man out there that can read your fucking mind.
Nope.
Not one.
I mean, everybody. You're not wrong. He's a rapist.
And that's bullshit.
Wow.
You disassociated. You were not able to consent.
Oh, my
that's
God.
bullshit.
Okay, I did disassociate during my rape. I just sort of
But
went
yours was actually rape.
but that's what I'm...
And it was after you said no and
Yes.
you cried.
But that's what I'm saying, like, not just going, I don't know if I should... That's not dissociative state. That's
Right.
not the same.
And right there, these people are using verbiage that they don't understand.
I mean, it's like...
You know, because she said she was kind of she was into it, or however she worded it. That right there means she was not disassociated.
Right.
Disassociation is when you have to go to your happy place to
get away from what's happening to your body.
Exactly.
And, like, you know, unless you've explicitly given and not retracted prior consent, this is unacceptable.
Okay, well, let's see. They just had sex,
Right.
so consent was supposedly given.
And she
hasn't said she retracted consent.
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly.
Guess what?
She gave consent and did not retract it. Before she went to sleep, she
here's
said,
the
hey,
deal.
don't fuck me again.
She gave consent, and we're not talking a week later. We're talking...
No, we're talking about an hour or two.
Still in the bed, haven't got up and gotten dressed.
Still a little sweaty.
So
I mean, good
The
God.
same...
Session.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, no. She went to sleep. She woke up in a whole new world.
Okay, all right. You know what? Let's look at this with a legal courtroom analogy. If I am a witness, I go up on the stand, I say the solemnly swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. I am dismissed. If I go back up on the stand a week later, and I know a week is a long time, that's not what they're dealing with. Let's say I go back up on the stand an hour later. I'm still under oath. Unless something specifically has changed, that oath is still in effect. Her consent, unless something specifically changed and she said, don't fuck me while I'm sleeping.
Look, dude, you were bad. You were horrible. I never want to do this again.
The consent remains. And everyone that says anything different is fucking wrong and they don't know what they're talking
right
about.
here.
Shit.
And they're trying to ruin their fucking relationship.
At the end of the day, each time your body is touched sexually, you need to have given consent specifically for that.
Really? Does that mean that I gotta ask you before I slap your butt every day?
Yes, that's what they're saying.
Because
you are
we're talking like 40, 50 times a
sexually
day.
objectifying her ass.
Whoa! Yeah, I mean, for real, I probably slap her ass probably 40, 50
Right.
times a day. That's going to be a lot of times to
And
remember.
he's always like, that wasn't a good one, doesn't it?
We're gonna make it.
No, if it doesn't
Too
get the
much
right bounce,
leg.
for real, if it doesn't get the right bounce or enough,
I get it.
too much palm, it doesn't work.
It's gotta count.
So did anybody not agree?
I'm still going through, and I still haven't. I mean, like this person said, I also have this limit. I don't want something initiated when I'm sleeping because of a previous rape history. Okay, that's fine. Did you
different.
communicate that? If you tell somebody that in advance, of course they shouldn't do it. They should respect that. But he can't just know it. Like, what if you doze off in the middle? Like, you go, whoa, do we need to reset? I mean, I just don't.
Yeah, I mean, where does that
If
stop?
you haven't consented or negotiated, it's rape. You were raped. You disassociated.
No, she wasn't raped.
Yeah,
Good God.
she did consent.
Oh, my God.
The only way this would have been okay if y'all talked about it before it happened.
So nobody can
Really? Because I would like to know if the first time they had sex that night, did he ask her if it was okay?
Yeah.
Did she say yes?
Yeah, like.
I bet when she was blowing him, that was probably a good idea that it was okay.
But that's what they're saying. He needs to ask for consent. Well, did he ask? Or did she give consent the first time?